There you go. And we're live. So what up? It's your boy the Multi-Town platform. Yesterday, I think I need to take this mic back a bit. Okay. Yeah. So yesterday we were live on contrast and I realized my audio was low. So that's why today I'm holding the mic. Okay. So yeah, today we're talking about Magasco addressing the whole, like, indirectly addressing what he faced at Empire, like what happened at Empire. So we'll be addressing that the way he put it. I'll use my phone to. I think I'll pull up those posts. Did you go to check on it the last time because we talked about it yesterday? Did you read it?
Oh no, I didn't get the chance to read it.
Okay, so I will just be reading it here from this end, and we'll be talking about Tenor and young time and Tenor, and I'll just explain a whole why I think this kind of misunderstanding can happen. And same thing with Magasco because to me, yeah. So we'll start with life update. Itahafa, what's happening?
Hmm. Nothing much.
Mm.
Let me see. Do I have anything interesting to say? Not really. My life is not that interesting these days. It's just sitting at
Mm.
home, catching up on things, and just that. Oh yeah, I got some really not nice news today. A friend of mine lost their dad, so I guess that was
Mm.
a new thing. Yeah. So.
That's bad. Mine on my end, I've just been like cooking, cleaning, watching Netflix, and yeah, that's just basically it. It's lockdown.
What are you watching on Netflix?
I was watching The Flash.
Oh, is a new season out?
Yeah, the first episode of the new season is out. So let me
Um.
share this the live on in the group, so we can talk about all this, dissect it.
Okay.
Okay. So if you're watching us right now, give me a sign. Okay. Let me hear if my audio is good today.
It's so sad too.
So yeah, my audio is good. So today, since you haven't read it, since you d- didn't get the chance to read or see what Magasco had going on, because he started the whole thing by saying, "Do you guys want to know why I haven't signed an artist before, or yet? I haven't signed an artist yet." You know, and the comment section were like, "Tell me, tell me, tell us, tell us, tell me." So now he went. After that, he went on a whole rant.
Okay.
Yeah, he went on like what Jovi usually does on his Twitter. He did that on Facebook. So wait, let me share it. Okay, Swaggy, what's up? Swaggy
Hi,
says he likes
Swaggy.
your hair. Yeah, he likes your hair.
Oh,
I wanted to say, by
thank
the
you.
way, Eta looks great today. It's like she
Oh,
keep
thank
just
you.
beating, like, she just keep coming up. She just keep, like, today you can say, okay, nah, she looks great. Tomorrow you'll be like, okay, no, today you look great. Then the next day you'll be like, oh
uh,
yeah, no, today you look great. So yeah.
thank you.
You're welcome for nothing. Yeah, okay. So yeah, Swaggy just replied in the group. I'm already there. So Swaggy, Swaggy is saying that the Flash lost him by season 6. Yeah, the Flash season 6 just
Why?
got. Yeah, no, same here. Okay, because I just don't know why I went back to watch the first episode of 7, because 6 was just it started going down from 5 when they brought the Tinker as the villain of it. The Tinker like
Yeah.
had a whole build up, like something huge, and the finale were just like, for the thinker,
Wait,
you know.
wait. I'm trying to think of the last season that I watched. The thinker was that guy who was on a wheelchair. The professor was
Yes,
paralyzed and stuff.
boom,
You did not
that's
find
it.
him impressive.
No, he was impressive, and he did a lot. Like the way they build up the finale, like the final fight battle, the way they were building the thing up. I was expecting something beyond what happened. To me,
Okay.
the best to me is
What about that guy who had a knife that he was taking people's powers, draining people's powers? And what was his name? That you get this
um
kind of whispering sound before he attacks you.
um
Ah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
still that I watched it. I've not watched the recent episode, so there's really still
Yeah, so
definitely
the
still more to
Flash to me, I think the best was that of a Zoom. Yeah, Zoom was up
Zoom.
there. Yeah, Zoom was up there. But season one against Wells, that one too was up
Mm.
there. Yeah, that was up there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
normally these things always decline.
yeah. No, Zoom. I think Zoom is four. If I'm not wrong, Zoom. I think is four. Yeah, I think four. So the first one was good. The next one, season two, was oh yeah, Jay Garrick.
Mm.
Yeah, that of Jay
Jay
Garrick.
Garrick was Zoom now.
Was he Zoom?
Yes, it
No,
was Zoom. He came to Earth as Jay Garrick and he was wait, hold up.
Zoom was Barry. Reverse Flash. Zoom was Barry. Like
Really?
another version of Barry. That was
Wait,
Zoom.
wait, Zoom is the person who killed who was to kill Iris.
Yes, and he was still Barry from the
Oh,
future.
okay, okay, yeah, 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 okay, okay.
Or am I
Then
wrong?
Jay Garrick, I
Jay
don't know
Garrick
because Jay
was
Garrick had a double ganger.
yes, Jay
He came
Garrick, the
he came to
Flash.
Earth,
Yeah, that was the
yeah.
guy who was stealing speed. Yeah, that was the guy who took
Yes.
Barry's speed. You know.
So what was his really name?
Oh, the one that um the finale that got me, that the best finale for me was the one that Barry had to. It was Zoom. It was Jay Garrick. That was the finale I'm talking about. That's my best. That Barry had to learn the cloning. That Jay Garrick always
Mm,
cloned himself. So his future self will sacrifice himself. Okay, so Barry can, that he was on that wheel, like that
right.
wheel that generates speed, and Jay Garrick absorbed the speed. I think Jay Garrick was Zoom. Who was the other guy? The reverse Barry. I don't know what his name was.
Yeah, I forgot there was a name. I forgot it. Anyway,
Anyway, we're here talking about this
those
series.
are my
Well,
favorite kinds of movies. I love
yeah, me
superhero
too.
movies.
I
Like
watched
I love
Flash, Arrow, and yeah,
yeah, all those
Stranger Things.
Marvel comedies and stuff. Like I
Yeah,
love it.
Marvel. You should watch Daredevil. Think you like that one.
Well,
De-
Daredevil.
yeah, you
Is it
should
on
watch
Netflix?
it. Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Oh, okay,
Daredevil
I'll
and the
check it
Punisher.
out.
You should watch that one. Okay, so let's go back. That was life update, guys. That was life update. Yeah, I bet you guys are like, what the fuck's happening?
What are we
Is
talking
this
about?
like a movie podcast or what? That's the beauty of a podcast. We just catch up. We talk about things happening in our
Mm,
lives. Your life. You can
mm,
talk about what, like, have your day been? DJ Jobs. DJ Jobs is here. What did he say? Say, boss lady,
hey,
happy
DJ
to see you. Yeah.
I really miss DJ Jab, seriously.
Yeah. So everybody here watching, you guys can tell us how you've been. Okay, while we've been away. How you've been. We're just trying to catch up, you know. Even though we've
Mhm.
been back since last week. But yeah. I guess we are talking about something different today, like this the shows we watch. So today we're talking about Magasco's rants. Magasco
Mm,
was explaining why he hasn't signed anybody yet.
mm,
So let me pull it up from my Facebook. So he asked fans that should he explain why he hasn't signed anybody yet under B-Boy Records, and fans were saying yep, 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 yep. So he went out on a long rant. Magasco. And also, hear that Askia has a problem in paradise.
It was
Problem in paradise.
as in problems in her marriage.
Yep. Like from rumors, that's just rumors that she
Mm,
moved out from her man's home. I believe those behind the scene things have been the things that have hindered the episode from happening because I was supposed to have her last week, Saturday.
mm,
So after I'd had the episode with Freeway Lama, it was supposed to be Askia on Sunday. So
mm-hmm.
some excuses came up, like they said she broke her phone and they've sent the phone for it to be fixed. But that same day I was told she broke her phone, the next day she was live on
Yeah,
Facebook.
and you can always use somebody else's phone if you really want to go
Yeah,
live.
maybe somebody else's phone or hers, I don't know. So,
Mm.
and they said let's move it up to Saturday. So the whole week went and Saturday again. Uh, I don't know. They did not reply. They stopped replying. Then they came back and said something came up and they said delay. Can we do that in later? I just said I just have just 2 hours free now because after these 2 hours, I don't think I can do it again. So they just said okay, let's
Mm.
push it to Sunday. So Sunday, no reply up to now. So after that, I started seeing blogs posting that she's changed her name back to Mami Bakala. She moved out
What
of
was
her
the name
home.
she changed it to before?
It was Njungis, like the husband's name.
Eh,
Yeah, like her personal profile, I think so. Now she has gone back to Mami Bakala and the Valentine's Day photos they put up of themselves, like these couple pics, they've deleted. Like I think she has deleted them. I don't know. So I just believe something is happening behind the scenes that we don't know. It's not like
yeah,
some maybe something, but I know there's something happening, but we don't know. So I just had to put two and two together and just say, okay, maybe that's what prevented the episode from actually happening, like the whole drama behind the
mhm.
scene. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah. Hopefully she works things out.
yeah. Hopefully they work it out.
I know she has been very vocal about the fact that a lot of people don't want her marriage
Yeah.
to be successful, and a lot of naysayers people saying it will not be successful. And she has always been like, will prove people wrong. So I hope she really gets to prove people wrong, but no pressure on her. If she feels like she's making the right move for herself, then let
Yeah.
her do what's for her.
Okay.
Mm.
Chi Greg say wonders. When I talk now, which country talk? Flash now. We are talking about a TV show.
Ah.
Yeah, we are talking about a TV show. See Chi Greg. Come on. Welcome Chi Greg. Chi Greg in the building. DJ Jobs, what's up? Okay, I've already
Welcome.
shouted out DJ Jobs. So welcome everybody tuning in right now. So if you're watching us now, just please do us a favor by liking the video. Right now, like the video. It says zoom now, it's flash now, it's ah, yeah. So like the video, please. Like the video before we dive into it. So Magasco said, haven't signed anybody yet. Do you want to know why? So the comment section was like, whoa, yeah. You see,
Tell us.
my first try, I had 3 artists under B-Boy Records in 2013. Yeah, I've been hearing him calling this B-Boy Records thing since, yeah, 2013. I had no experience whatsoever, and I was never really an artist under any level. So, as a family, I found out a lot of money was needed, and any. I did not have my own to eat. So I told them the truth. Like he started B-Boy Records in 2013, and he needed a lot of money to, yeah, to fund the record label, and he realized that he needs a lot of money to fund the record label. I'll still just go to, yeah, let me just finish it and then I'll get to what I think. Okay. And then he posted again. I continue the story or I leave out. That's the
Continue. I
next
don't
post.
continue.
That's the next post. Like he just kept making posts. Like the first one was I haven't signed an artist yet. Do you want to know why? The next one was what I just read. The third one was I continue the story or I leave out. So fans were in the comment section. Continue. Ah, people like Turi. So
Mm.
After serving as an artist under record labels, some made me a prince, and some were bad as in slavery. My eyes kind of woke up, not open up, woke up. Okay? I don't know what you mean by that, but yeah, so lesson to you who own record labels, massa, forget that thing say boss. Forget that thing say boss. If you keep that idea, you have already failed. Talk through when game a day. Calm down for Christ. Talk through. Ah, my God, go. Wait, what really made him to start revealing all these things? Because I know when he's revealing this thing, to me, it's about like mostly empire. Yeah, yeah, it must be mostly about empire. And the next thing is, and you artists, don't let any hype fool you. You are the craft, thus the heart of the company. Use an entertainment lawyer. Facts. You need to use that. Okay. Don't let your desperate situation push you. You are okay. So you are royalty. So think of your generation to come before you pen down anything. Okay, it goes to, I think one time I said everything Magasco owned, like the hit songs like Wule Bang Bang, most of the hit songs, even Sokoto is owned by Empire, so Empire still makes money from it. The streams now are still owned by Empire. So Magasco's maybe have some portion of the royalty he still makes from it. So I think the only attempt of a hit is this Nyang Nyang with Lady Pons from his own independent record label, like from this his own venture. I believe that's his own attempt of a hit, and that Twaki em lo Congo sa tuva muri. Wait, that song was still under Empire, right?
I cannot remember. Not certain about that.
That song, yeah, Congo sa was okay. So he went on, mad, my guys. I'm going to be really touched that day. So he went on. This talk will get part two, but make an end here for today. Okay. After crying on my own, asking why people are heartless, all the confusion in the business, I came to accept the realities. The business is 99.9% made of liars, fake people, users, hypocrites, etc.
Whoa.
Ah, this takes us back to the beginning. Why haven't I signed any artist yet? Okay. When you sign somebody, their life depends on you. And that much power tends to tempt bosses to use artists. Man, the thing is that long. Okay, tempt bosses to use artists. Okay. I've been a slave and now what? Okay, and now okay. I've been a slave and know what it takes to rule. So you've been a slave and you know what it takes to rule, which means you know what I've been done to you. Okay. So to be an honest producer, it is very hard. Okay, to be an honest producer is a very hard thing to do. So I would take my time. Producer. Magasco, you're jumping everywhere. So producer, record label owner, boss. Let me just finish it and then we dive into it because this whole thing have just one idea on it. So to be an honest producer is very hard. It's a very hard thing to do. So I will take my time. I understand what is needed to be a good boss and a truthful one too. For now, I'm not ready because na hard work. So that was it. So he finished it with saying, punchline of the century. If you don't know God, I beg no insult devil. Okay. So DJ Jazz was like, okay, boss lady, the Liby has not been giving me the green the green light to call, but I was asking about you. Yeah, he asked about you. Like, what happened? What went wrong? Like, what's going on? You got DJ Jabs have been always asking about you. So with all this thing, Magasco said, then a fan also came below and said, Magasco Massa, I know the lie say you never ever signed 2013. You signed to Mumak. Because there was one time Magasco was at Mumak, that is owned by Jules Nya, Mumak and Jovi. They were under Mumak. I don't know if they were signed. That was when they did the collaboration of that line Loba, and also the remix of No Way, a Jovi song. If you've heard it, the other songs are in Jovi's album HIV. Yeah, No Way is in HIV. That song was dope. Back then when the song came out, it was like an evolution in Cameroon music. Like
Mm.
Magasco style of music was what we usually hear from these Westerners like abroad. Then Jovi came with Amboko style, and the beat was like electronic and hip hop mix. Like no way. If you guys haven't heard the song, like if you haven't heard the song, just go to Bandcamp on Jovi's on New Bell Music page. You see it, or just Google it on Google on YouTube. Just search on
Mm.
YouTube. Magasco Jovi featuring Magasco. No way. Yeah, the song is dope. So yeah, now let's move now to the next one. All these things I'll address them as one because all these things have one kind of notion, or the root
Mm.
problem is the same, you know. So young time because I had to listen to the whole D song, you know, to understand what happened or what is happening. I had to listen to the whole D song. Young time, I think my camera has gone off.
Yep.
Yep. Maybe it's because I had to bump up the lights using more power. Using up more power. Okay, we're back. So,
Okay.
Young Time on his freestyle, Valentine's Day freestyle.
Mm.
Yeah, you've heard it, right?
Mm.
So, take us through it. What do you understand by it? What did you pick out of it?
I picked out that he was angry. I was not able
Yeah.
to say who he was angry at. Um, I don't know. I'm trying to think back in time and think of a Cameroonian rapper who was out, like fearlessly called out another Cameroonian rapper. I'm trying to
Mm-hmm.
think. Yeah, I cannot
Joey
really
constantly
remember,
not out every
especially.
time.
No, I'm like calling the name Stanley Eno. Has he
Mm.
ever said Stanley Eno? He has never. It's always speculations like he probably is meaning Stanley Eno because of this, putting two and two together. But in that song, Young Time was like when Ambuteyash came out, Tenor did not share stuff like that. So he already
Yeah.
called Tenor's name. So it's
Yeah.
no speculation. We are not guessing. So um, I'm like, this is a new kind of evolution
But
in
Tenor
our
shared
hip
it
hop.
though. Tenor shared it on
Yeah.
his like personal Facebook page, not like he on his profile, not his page.
Mm,
Because I actually got to see it from his profile because I'm friends with him on Facebook.
mm.
That's where I even noticed that he have a song.
Yeah, so Young Time was hoping he would share it on his official page and
Pages,
stuff,
yeah.
and that's what. And I there's an episode of the Just My Opinion podcast which is going live today because
Yeah.
yesterday light went off and stuff. But
Yeah.
I was saying that looking from Tenor's own side,
Yeah.
he's under a record level. I remember one
Boom.
time when Daphne was interviewed, she was being asked why she wasn't sharing some things about some girls who were rape victims, and she was informed about it, but she didn't react on her official page. So a lot of people came at her, and she was like, "That page is Steven's music page. It's not her personal page. That's why she has the Be Woman Foundation page where she gets to share things and talk about things that she wants to talk about herself, and that she shared
Mm.
that on her Be Woman page. But
Personal,
since the Be
yeah.
Woman page doesn't have a lot of following, people were not very pleased with that. But it's
Mm.
business. Steven's Music has the Daphne J official page, and I think that's the
Mm-hmm.
same thing that happened with Tenor. It's not his personal thing, and he cannot go against the level or so which feeds him to please you. So like that was
Mm.
my point of view, but I understood that Young Time was really hoping that since they were friends,
Yeah.
that a friend he would have done more to push the record level to allow him to share the
Yeah.
song on the page because like he puts in a lot of money and he had a lot of when you have that big project like
Yeah.
you have I don't want to say a lot because some of the things which are going to my mind are some behind the scenes knowledge which I don't think it's my place to be saying it over here. But I'm
Yep.
just saying, but when you have a certain project and you are very enthusiastic about and you're like, yes, this is going to be like a big break for me, and then things
Mm-hmm.
don't pan out the way you thought it would, it's kind of upsetting. Like anybody will be upset by that. So I
Mm.
get where Young Time is coming from. Yeah.
Okay, so from our end, what I'll say is the song, yeah, it's a big project, but to me, it's not a big song. Like, it's not a song that, it's not a song that to me, I feel like the song would have taken off. You
Mm.
know, like listening to the song, it'll be very difficult for an average person to catch on to that song. I even did a review of the song. You know, I did a review of the
Mm.
song. Yeah, because two guys that we haven't heard, like, I think we heard them in a song before. No, we haven't. So two guys from two different spaces coming together on a song. Like, I had to come on. I did a review on it. But what I from my mind, Tenor never wanted that song to be released from what he said. But he released it. And when he released it, Tenor did not share it on his official pages. Official page, maybe Instagram, Facebook, official Facebook, Instagram, or maybe Twitter, or those places. To me, what I think is Tenor never wanted him to release that song, maybe because the record label never gave him the green light to release the song. That's one. Two,
Mm.
if Tenor had shared that song on his official pages, because I don't think the record labels own his pages. This is what they own. If Tenor had shared that song on his official pages, that song would have generated enough views and enough revenue that the record labels would have come for that song. Because the record label is all about collecting revenues. They own Tenor, so they own any source of revenue he tries to, not like own him completely, because he has this deux 9-3 set t-shirt that he's selling. That's something personal. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but he's he never wanted to bring boss to that song, because if he did that, the record label will pull the attention of the record label, and they will come for that song. They may come for royalties, they may come for splits, or maybe the collaboration. They did it as friends, and the money spent was spent just maybe for the video shoot, studio session, and all that. The record label would have come for like his collaboration wage, because if Young Time actually paid the
Mm.
wage to the record
Let,
label for the collaboration,
yeah.
I don't I don't
Let me
think
just
they
make a
know.
clarification.
Yeah,
So Young Time actually paid
to the
for
record
the
label.
collaboration. Yes. So it was
So
paid. Yes. So it was not like do it for me
so
like a friend. It
wait.
was an
So it means,
official
so it goes
incentive.
now to my next point. Maybe after listening to the song, Teno heard the song and was like, nah, I just did this thing because this guy is my friend. But I don't think this song is the kind of a song I want to attach my image with, since it's not too, like, it's not that good. Because there are things like that. You just do something for somebody because he's your friend, and for you to make it public, like to push that thing, you'll be like, maybe it's like not like inferior, but you'll be hesitant to promote it, because you'll be like, the guys who know you for producing the quality or this kind of songs will be like, ah, who's that guy, and why do you collaborate on that kind of a song? Like, integrity. That's just what I'm talking about. Integrity. Like, his integrity was preventing him from actually pushing that song on all his platforms. To me, that's just it. So it goes now, and then my third point. Now it combines. Okay, let me finish with Young Time, then I'll go to that of Magasco. My third point was Young Time don't know that he was hoping on Tenor star power to assist that song take off and blow up. Just the fact that Tenor's name is associated with that song, and just the fact that Tenor is on the song, that's already enough leverage he needed to make that song blow. So he was supposed to use his finance to get into spaces where Tenor can get into and put that song there. But instead, he was waiting for Tenor's name and star power to take that song to the spaces where he needed the song to go to. That's why he was disappointed, thinking spending that amount of money to get Tenor on that song would do most of the work. But no, that's not how it works. For example, Whiskey and Drake. Whiskey used his funds from his record label, like his own, because Drake's name was on it. He used that to market the song because Drake's image is already on it, his voice is already on it, so he just marketed the song featuring Drake, even without Drake's image, even without Drake sharing it or Drake's approval. No, Drake approved it, but without Drake's co-sign or support. And he made that song. He made a lot of money out of that song, and the song put him in some spaces where I just believe him alone couldn't get there. That's exactly the same
Mm-hmm.
thing Young Time would have done. Instead of waiting for Tenor to use after giving you his name, because his name, his brand is already a license. After giving you his license, you needed him to work this single like his own single. Because to work a single, an artist need money, and Tenor cannot work your single like his single. He has a record label that will sponsor his promotion tour, like his media tour, sponsor the video and everything to make the song a hit or to put the song in places where they need to be. When he jumps on your song, you don't expect him or his team or his record label to work your song like you, unless that was part of the whole money you paid, or unless that was part of your agreement. You already have his name. Use your funds to market his name attached to your name. That thing will take your song to more places than
Mm-hmm.
if you're just hoping his star power or his name will give you the result you want or the result you're expecting. Things don't
Mm-hmm.
work like that. Yeah. So, yeah, what do you guys think about the collaboration? Oh, Jimmy Daly. So, where can I find this transcript? Transcript of what? The Magasco's confession or his rants? It's on his page. Just go to
Mm-hmm.
Magasco's page, you see
Facebook.
it. Yeah. Facebook is there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So
so, okay.
the track Ambuteyage, right? I think it's a tenor kind of track.
Yeah.
I think it's the type of track that have made tenor pop. It's the
Mm-hmm.
type of crazy kind of tracks. I remember when this is it LMVMA, LMV, it reminds me of those kind of craziness.
LVMH. I'm too swag. I'm too
Yes,
swag. I'm too swag.
I'm too swag. Like that
Yeah.
kind of craziness that is too crazy and you don't even know what to do with it. It's just that kind of craziness. So it's that kind
Yeah.
of outrightly kind of crazy songs which have made tenor pop in such a way. And I think that those kind of songs go with his brand. So for me, I don't think I don't think Tenor did not push the song because he did not really vibe to the song because I think that's the kind of songs that go with his brand.
Yeah.
I think um, probably I'm hoping that it's the record label which kind of held him back in a way because
Mm.
I know this song was they did the video, they did everything for this song. There's even a behind the scenes which I have to drop very soon. The
Yeah.
behind the scenes was ready, the video was ready, everything was ready, but they were just trying to get two and two together, trying to get the record level like things behind the scenes things. Yes. So he
Mm.
has been ready ever since. So finally has come, it has been published, and probably the conversations they had already of how they are going to push the song, that's not the way the thing was pushed out there, and
Yeah.
that's probably why it's annoying. And I don't want to like I don't know Tenor very well. I don't know him.
Yeah.
So I don't want to make
Yeah.
any assumptions about his personality or who he is. Yes.
Yeah.
So, but what I know from things that other people have said and even other collaborations with other artists is like you are this smaller name and you are collaborating with this bigger name. And sometimes people feel like they don't want to give you that shine. They don't want to put you in front of their audience. They feel kind of some type of way about giving you that spotlight
That's
because
spotlight.
they
Yeah.
feel like, okay, I've worked really hard for this spotlight. I don't think you have worked enough to deserve to just
To
be
deserve
given
it.
that
Yeah.
spotlight like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
because just imagine like if like you said, Whiskey Drake do a song, then Drake shares the song. It's like Whiskey is famous and Drake is famous in all caps,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like giving him this really big shine. So I think sometimes too that kind of comes in play where this person with the bigger shine doesn't want to give this other person this kind of shine, which also is an annoying thing. And also,
Yeah.
like I said, the record label, because I know at one point in time was really the record label holding things back. But you're saying
Mm.
Tenor's page is his self-owned page. So I was thinking the record label owns that page. So now I don't even
No.
know what to say about that whole situation.
A record label don't own an artist page. Like, no, they don't.
But
They,
they own Daphne's page. That's what Daphne said. They own her
yeah,
page.
it means when Daphne started, because Daphne have been in Stephen Music ever since she started, like from day
Mm,
one. It means Stephen Music
mm,
created like the YouTube channel she's on, created a Facebook page.
mm-hmm,
That's
mm-hmm,
why they own it. But for
mm-hmm,
somebody like Tenor who has moved from War Machine to this place, those kind of platforms are platforms that you own, and those
mm,
companies push your songs, and those platforms grow because they push your songs. That's why the record label now can just chase the revenue coming from your art. They cannot chase
Y-
those
yeah,
platforms. You understand? Yeah, they cannot chase
yeah,
those platforms.
but one thing I also know is like when somebody is moving from record level to record level, the initial record label that they are in, the a record label that wants to get them has to give some money to their record level
Previous
they are
record label.
presently in.
Yeah.
Right. So when they are making that deal, they sit down and be like, okay, what are we giving to you? We're giving you this artist who already has this amount of following. He has an
Yeah.
Instagram page with this number. He has a Facebook page with this number. And so the money that they are putting on the table to get their artists is dependent on all those numbers which they are showing them. So
Mhm.
most deals which I know of transitioning from one record level to another, they actually buy those pages because they put that number down and say, you see, this number like that, we're giving it to you. So
Mm.
how much are you putting down on the table? So yeah.
Uh, that that can only be effect. That can only take effect if the artist is still signed to the company, to the record label. But if your contract runs
Mm,
out,
mm,
you are a free agent.
mm,
You can just transition. You can move with all your. But as for Tenor's
right.
case, you are talking about it right now.
Mm,
At that time, it was Sony. I think it was Universal. Yeah, at that time it was Universal. Universal did not pay anything to Dex really at War Machine. I have
mm,
a complete episode of a podcast with him that I haven't aired because they were going through a whole legal thing, and he said I shouldn't air it because it may affect his court case. They did not pay him anything.
mm.
Instead, Teno changed his number on him, just blocked him, stopped writing him, and all that.
What?
Yeah, that was what
That's
happened.
savage.
Yeah. After
uh-huh.
making him blow up, and he said after investing in him, they had a show, I think it was in Gabon. That was when he knew he can start recuperating the money he actually invested in Tenor to make him who he is. Just when he wanted to start reaping what he invested, Universal just came, and that's Pete Bakadzi, by the way. Universal just came, boom. Like his mom talked to you. They met his mom, and his mom just said, "I don't want you to be talking to that guy again." And blah blah blah. That's just how it happened. Dex really was really angry, and
Wow.
we did that podcast. I think
Wow.
just a few days after that thing happened. So if you listen to the podcast, like this really was red. It was hot, the way he was talking, and the podcast wasn't video like this. It was audio. Back then, I did it just
Mm,
audio. Yeah. So he was red and he was talking and talking about Universal and this whole drama. Let's move now to Empire Universal Africa, like Universal Cameroon. Let's dive now to Magasco's case. Okay. Yeah, let's transition to Magasco. So we've been here, we've talked about Pete Bakadzi here, about him just chasing, he's just there for the business, like for the money side of it. And he has a track record of artists signing to him and leaving very angry. We have Ex
mm.
Malia, we have Nami Nami Cyrus, we have Crispy, we have Breedums, now we have Magasco. It's like everybody who has moved through Empire has a problem, like against the company, against Empire.
Mm,
So now I
mm-hmm.
understand why. I understand why Jovi woke up one time, I think it was 2018, and went at Pete Bakadzi, like was tweeting, insulting him on Twitter. That Magasco was trying to defend Pete Bakadzi, and Jovi, that was when Jovi called him small beef. Ngong, she don't quiet small, you know. So first of all, I'll go with the story way back when Magasco got signed. I think it was 2 weeks after he got signed. We were in Bamenda precisely, opposite Radio Hot
Mm,
Coco, sitting in a bar. Me, Magasco, DJ Pazo. We were expecting Gasha to come in because he just released that song, Fine Boy. Fine Boy, no money. You know,
Mm.
has he released that song? Yeah, he just released Fine Boy. Okay, and it wasn't the remix. Okay, because the remix is the one Empire did with Doc Z and Singular.
Mm.
Yeah, so it was just the official Fine Boy. Then he was so excited talking about how he entered. So you want to look for this, I see X Malia, tam tam. You want to look for this, I see Pete Bakazi, tam tam. You know that kind of thing. Like the excitement back then, like when he just knew that he got signed. Like he said, the amount of money he received it as more than something he has ever received as an artist in Cameroon
Right.
in his career. So I can see why that would blindfold him. It may not be something, it may not be too much, but I believe it was something for a Bamenda guy to get that amount of money from music. And he
Mm.
did not know signing that record deal. That's why I advise any artist, don't sign record deals. You can sign a distribution deal, you can sign a partnership deal. If you sign a production deal, that's almost like signing a record deal. If you sign a production deal, and you should sign, yeah, marketing deal, management deals, distribution deals. Yeah, those are the kind of partnerships, not even deal. Those are the kind of deals you should sign. Okay, so this record deal, like when he signed that record deal, let's okay, fast forward. So thinking, reading all that his posts, it took me back to that moment when he was still naive, when he was so excited about all that. So he came now into that deal with some expectation, and those are the kind of expectations. So 99.9%, let me use Magasco's words, 99.9% of artists in Cameroon think a record deal or when you sign to a record label, that's how it's supposed to play out. Most of
Mm.
them just have an image in their mind of when they say you're signed. The image in their mind is what they see on TV, is what they see in
Hey,
Hollywood,
flashy
is what
cars,
they
big
see on.
houses.
That's what they have in their heads. Like
Mm.
when they say you're signing a deal, they just know that. Oh, you know what? Somebody like my underwear, like somebody can carry all trouble for my head. But you don't know that comes with a lot of responsibility and a lot of you losing so many things. It goes back to when I said here that I told 21 Savage flat out, you are asking me for $1 million to sign you. If I give you that 1 million, in 3 years you'll be angry at me. You'll be mad at why you received that money because I will make times 10 that amount I gave you from you
Mm.
with you making nothing. So, and he just told 21 Savage, you know what, keep grinding and you thank me at the end. So when they came back a few years, I think 3 years later, they were talking out to 21 Savage was like, you know what, you saved my life just from saying that because I wanted to sign. If you had given me that money, I would have signed. He said the same thing to Young Thug. So after making all these posts, I don't even Magasco, you can sign an artist Magasco. You don't need the amount of money you're talking about because you still have that notion in your mind of how a record label needs to function. You just think when you sign an artist, you need to give them a huge bag up front. Then you need to give them cars, and you need to take care of their expenses, take care of everything. That comes with a record deal. You must not sign a record deal with an artist. If they want to sign it, fine and good, but they should know. You should make them know because honestly, I'm working on something, and I tell you, if you want a record deal, I'll give you, and I'll give you that money. But you may hate how the thing will turn out in a long while, in at the end of your contract or in a long term. You know, so because so many guys also have approached me like, give me this money or mull it down. You be that guy now. The money they sign me now. I'll just tell you your idea of signing. If I if I fulfill your term of what you think signing is, what I'll get in return of what I understand how signing operates or what I do to recoup my money, what I'll get in return, you will hate me for it. You will hate me for it. So Magasco making that post just made me realize that even up to now, the reason he hasn't signed anybody yet is because his friends and the guys he's associated with and the way he views the industry is the same way he viewed himself when he signed. Like the expectation he had when he signed, That's the kind of expectation he thinks other artists need. Like everybody who is about to sign to him or any artist he put under his wing needs. That's why he's talking about too much money. You have the access. You can use your access. You can sign an artist through access. Somebody like Boosie Badass. Boosie just have this. They call the guy Young Blue. He has a song now. I think it's top 3 on the Billboard charts now. It just like co-sign. He didn't give that guy a huge bag. Instead, it was Young Blue who came last week and gave Boosie $100,000 just to give him, just because Boosie signed him, but not the kind of deal. Okay, but not that kind of a deal. So Magasco is just thinking about. It just made me realize they are not well. He's an artist. He's a creator, but he's not a businessman. He doesn't. He doesn't know the music business. He has a following. He has. He has the exposure, but he doesn't know. He still thinks like somebody watching the industry from the outside. That's just what I picked up from the post he made. So over to you,
Hmm.
Eta. Do you have anything to say?
So yeah, so there are a lot of things
After
going to my
everything
mind.
he said, do
Hmm.
you have anything to say?
Yeah, so Magasco, firstly,
Claudette
like
is
you said,
here.
he
What's up, Claudette?
hi, so there. So Magasco, like he's a very talented individual, and I think the lack of the appropriate systems in the Cameroonian entertainment industry, artists,
Yeah,
talented people have had the need to be business people and artists at the same time, which in many spaces that's not the case. It's like
yeah,
all you need to do is just go to the studio and produce music 24/7
yeah,
and leave us will do the rest. Leave the business people, let they do the rest. But
yeah,
Cameroonian artists don't have that kind of support system. So they find themselves trying to produce the content, trying to do the business, trying to think strategy and all those things, which
yeah,
sometimes it also kind of hinders the amount of content being produced by artists
yeah,
themselves. So Magasco, I would say definitely he has the right to make that decision. If he thinks he's not ready because
yeah.
he's
If you
seeing
think so, yeah,
if he has a vision of the kind of label he wants to have, the kind of
yeah,
artist, the kind of deals he wants to make, and he's like, okay, I'm not ready to make those kind of deals, then he should not
mm,
go. He should not do it. Because it's true. The best deal for an artist is the either you sign a distribution deal or don't sign like a complete record deal and give out all
yeah,
your
yeah.
royalties, your
Your
rights to
image, just sell your
an
image.
individual.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Because in future, like when you're thinking long term wealth, like generational wealth, that's not the
yeah,
way to go about that. Yeah. So
yeah.
yeah, but there are some companies that's what they are. Those are the kind of artists they are looking for. Artists who
Boom.
they can sell over their whole image to. If Magasco wants to have that kind of level where he takes an artist and signs the artist and brings up the artist from the ground up and gets all the artists um, royalties and everything, then that's on him and that's what he wants to do. And if he thinks he doesn't really have the money to make those kind of deals, then
Yeah.
by all means he should not go ahead and do it, right? Because
Mm.
I'll tell you, it's true that okay, we sit here. I would say I sit here from well, I'm not on the street, so I would say I'll sit here from the comfort of my house, and I'll tell an artist that um, don't go for these deals because they'll give you that money, but in the long term you're going
Mm.
to regret it. But I'm
Mm.
telling you, these artists go through really hard times. When you're behind the scenes, you get to see craziness. You get to see artists who don't have
I
3 square
know.
meals a day. Don't even have
Mm.
food. Somebody comes to meet you, I'm like, can you just give me 500? Man, go buy some bread. Like, oh God, I don't want to start telling some stories, but it's crazy. Like, there are artists who really go through tough times. There are artists who are not able to make interviews because they have to borrow a dress from a friend. A friend doesn't, they don't have transport to go and take the dress. And you're like, what's happening here? So these artists really have tough times, really hard times, and you're telling somebody who is has spent a whole day. I remember Saratel talking about him being in the studio for a whole